The text arrived while I was tightening my cufflinks. One vibration. One sentence. Enough to redraw a decade. Fake dad. Don't come. My real dad don't want you here. I stared at the screen until the letters stopped being words and became shapes. Ugly ones. The kind you can't unsee. The suit was charcoal. Italian wool. Chosen carefully. The gift box sat on the bed, Swiss watch, still warm from my hands. I'd paid for the graduation venue. The catering. The band. I'd paid for the smile he practiced in the mirror. I didn't sit down. I didn't swear. I didn't ask why. I felt something quieter happen. A click. Like a lock, finally engaging. The room was silent except for my breathing, slow, measured. I reread the message once more. Then I placed the phone face down beside the gift, as if it might contaminate it. In the mirror, I looked composed. Too composed. That's how I knew something inside me had shifted. I remembered the first time he called me dad. 6 years old. Missing tooth. Chocolate on his cheek. I remembered teaching him to tie a tie. Teaching him how not to flinch when people disappoint you. Apparently, he'd learned faster than I thought. I reached for my phone again. Not to reply. To make a call. Just one. The call wasn't to him. Or to his mother. It was to my lawyer. I didn't explain the text. I didn't need to. He knew my voice. He heard the temperature drop. I need you to freeze everything, I said. A pause. Everything connected to my name. Another pause. Slower this time. He asked if I was sure. I smiled at my reflection. Yes. That was when the memories rearranged themselves. Not new ones. Old ones. Details I'd dismissed because love makes you charitable. Because stability feels like truth when you're tired. Her late nights. The way she corrected him when he slipped and called his biological father dad in front of me too quickly. Too smoothly. The way the boy stopped asking me for advice the moment he turned 17. I had mistaken distance for adolescence. It was strategy. The graduation party wasn't for him. Not really. It was a coronation. A handoff. I just hadn't known I was the wallet, not the guest of honor. Then my phone rang again. Different number. My daughter-in-law. She didn't say hello. If you want to join Thanksgiving, she snapped, come early and wash the dishes. Don't embarrass us in front of real family. I let the silence stretch. I imagined her face tight, entitled, the way she wore my generosity like it was inherited. I replied with one word, enjoy. Then I hung up. I didn't block her. I didn't need to, because I already knew what they didn't. People think revenge is loud. It isn't. It's paperwork, phone calls, patience. I stayed calm, publicly gracious. I sent congratulatory messages. I transferred nothing. I canceled nothing. I simply watched. I watched the graduation venue panic when deposits stalled. I watched caterers call twice. I watched the band ask about payment schedules. I answered none of them. Instead, I pulled records. College tuition, mortgage statements, trust allocations. Every wire I'd ever sent with love disguised as obligation. I ordered a DNA test I didn't technically need. Not because I doubted biology, but because I wanted proof to hand them when words failed. It came back quickly. 0%. Clean. Absolute. I felt nothing when I read it. No grief. No rage. Just confirmation. Like a puzzle snapping into place. Then came the photographs. Not of infidelity, of celebration. The graduation party went on without me. Smaller, cheaper, awkward. My stepson stood beside his biological father, the man who'd missed birthdays but never missed an opinion. They smiled like victors. I saved the photos. Then I booked a flight. Switzerland. Not for escape, for visibility. The truth arrived quietly, like it always does. A voicemail from my stepson. Angry. Confused. They canceled the venue. The caterers are backing out. Mom says, "You're not answering. What's your problem?" I listened once. Then I sent him the DNA report. No message. No explanation. Just the document. Minutes later, his mother called, crying, screaming, explaining things I hadn't asked. I let her talk. When she finally stopped, I said, "I know." That broke her. Not the evidence. Not the consequences. The certainty. I raised him, I continued. I paid for his life. And you taught him to erase me. Silence. I won't fight you for affection, I said. I'll simply remove the incentive. I hung up. The photos went up the next morning. Not of them. Of me. Standing on the balcony of my villa in Switzerland. Glass railings. Snow-dusted peaks. Morning light spilling like something sacred. No captions. No explanations. Just reality. My phone rang. Once. Then again. Then relentlessly. 71 times. My daughter-in-law left voicemails. Apologies dressed as affection. Invitations revised. Tone softened. Suddenly, I was family again. My stepson texted. I didn't mean it like that. He pressured me. You're still my dad. I didn't reply. Because fatherhood isn't a title you reclaim when the money disappears. It's a bond you don't auction. The biological father called too. Angry. Threatening. Small. I blocked him. Then I did the final thing. I transferred ownership. Not back. Away. Charities. Foundations. Causes with no last names. I kept the villa. I kept my silence. On Thanksgiving, I ate alone. The table was long. The wine was excellent. The view didn't care about bloodlines. I thought about the boy I'd raised. The man he chose to impress. The woman who thought love was leverage. I felt no urge to forgive. Forgiveness is optional when clarity arrives. They wanted a fake dad. They got exactly what they asked for. I raised my glass to the mountains. And finally, I stopped answering the phone.